हेलो चिल्ड्रन एंड वेलकम टू टुडेज सेशन। आज की क्लास में हम समझने वाले हैं कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो हमारे आसपास कंटिन्यूसली होती रहती हैं। वी आर डेफिनेटली अ पार्ट ऑफ दोज थिंग्स बट वी डू नॉट नोटिस दैट दीज थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग अराउंड अस। वी टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ, वी exhale, we drink water, we feel hot, we feel cold, we switch on the fan, we switch on the heater. There are so many things that are taking place in the environment. All these changes are the changes that take place in air, water, and weather. Let us first understand about air. Blowing air is known as wind. When the wind blows gently, it is known as breeze. But when the wind blows very, very strongly, it is known as storm. These storms can be very dangerous. They can uproot trees, they can damage property. And air cannot be seen, but air is all around us. If we get caught in a closed lift, after some time we begin to feel stuffy. We begin to sweat. This is because the air inside that closed area becomes full of carbon dioxide because there is no movement of air. In the room where we are sitting right now, there is a lot of movement of air. That is why the stale air goes out, the fresh air keeps coming in. So this tells us that air is all around us and air also keeps changing. To understand what all is there in this air, let us watch a video. So this video tells us about the composition of air. So air has nitrogen, air has oxygen, and air also has a small amount of other gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen, etc. We human beings and animals breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. The plants take in this carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis and give out precious oxygen which we breathe. Also, air contains other things like dust, water vapor and germs. The dust and fumes are added from industries and cars all around us, and the plants purify all this air. In fact, the dust and germs also get collected on our clothes and on our hands. That is why it is very, very important to wash our hands before eating and also to take a bath when we come back home and wear fresh clothes. Now let us understand some properties of air. So air has no color, taste or smell. It is the different components around us that add smell to the air. For example, अगर घर में बहुत सारा कूड़ा पड़ा होगा तो घर में हवा के अंदर बदबू भर जाएगी. On the other hand, if we spray perfume around us, the air around us begins to smell fresh. Also, air occupies space. Then, air gives shape to the object. ये हम एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं एक इन्फ्लेटेड बलून का या एक इन्फ्लेटेड फुटबॉल, एक इन्फ्लेटेड बास्केटबॉल का. इनफैक्ट हमारे बाइसिकल के टायर्स में जब हवा होती है, देयर शेप चेंजेस. ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, जब उनमें हवा नहीं होती, दे आर एब्सोल्युटली फ्लैट. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द यूजेस ऑफ air. So the first and most important thing is that air has got oxygen in it, which helps all living beings to survive. Air helps us in flying kites. Air helps the birds, the aeroplanes also to fly. Air helps the wet clothes to dry. Air also helps in moving the sailboats, the windmills, the clouds, and also in dispersal of seed from one place to another. We have just studied that air contains water vapor in it. अब ये water vapor air में कैसे आता है, ये समझते हैं हम water के अंदर. But before that, let's revise. What are the uses of water? We have been reading that from junior classes. Water is used for drinking, bathing, washing clothes, and all the functions that we keep on doing all day long. Water can be found in 3 states. Water can be found as ice, which is solid. It can be found as water, which is liquid, and it can be found as vapor in the air, which is gas. Now, how does this take place? This takes place continuously in the environment. Let us understand with the help of a short video. As you can see, due to the heat of the sun, the water from the surface in the ponds, rivers, lakes, etc. constantly changes into vapor state. This process is known as evaporation. This vapor rises and goes in higher areas of the sky. Here, this water vapor that goes up cools down and forms clouds. This process is known as condensation. When these clouds become very heavy, they fall down as rain. Now, this cycle goes continuously on earth and it is known as the water cycle. So, in this cycle, the water changes into all 3 states. It changes into vapor when it is evaporated from the earth's surface. It changes into liquid water once again when it comes down. Now, in order to change this liquid water, we have to put this water in the freezer. और in case of very cold regions, जब पानी बारिश के फॉर्म में नीचे आ रहा होता है, because of very cold temperature, the water changes into snow. So this is called the water cycle. Because of the changes in air and water, the weather also changes. अब weather क्या है? Today in the morning, it may have been very cloudy, but by afternoon, it became very sunny. और सुबह सुबह जब हम घर से निकले थे तो बहुत गर्मी थी. दोपहर होते होते तक मौसम कूल हो गया. These changes in day-to-day weather conditions of temperature, rain and air are known as weather. Sometimes there may be sunny days. Sunny days are usually very hot. We like to stay indoor in sunny days. Hot winds called loo also blow during summers. On the other hand, there may be windy and cloudy days. As we discussed earlier, windy days may be very pleasant. Sometimes this wind may become very strong and it can take the shape of a storm like a cyclone or a typhoon. And these storms can be very, very devastating. Clouds जब आसमान में आते हैं तो वो सन को कवर कर लेते हैं और उसकी वजह से बहुत प्लेजेंट हो जाता है. So there are windy days, cloudy days and sunny days. Sometimes a certain type of weather continues for a very long period. जैसे कि बहुत दिन तक बहुत सनी रहता है या बहुत दिन तक बहुत बारिश होती है या बहुत दिन तक बहुत सर्दी रहती है. ये वाले जो बहुत सारे दिन होते हैं, we call them seasons. There are 3 main seasons that we always experience: summers, winters and rainy seasons. As we can see in the pictures and we have also learned in the junior classes, summer seasons के अंदर बहुत गर्मी होती है. We like to have cool drinks, we like to wear cotton clothes. Winters के अंदर we like to have hot drinks, we like to wear woolen clothes to keep us warm. Rainy days we like to wear raincoats and gumboots to prevent ourselves from getting wet. We also experience 2 other seasons. One season is the season in which all the trees shed their leaves. That season is known as autumn season. And there is a season when all the plants become green once again and there are many flowers all around us. This season is known as spring season. So children, in this chapter we have learned about air, the composition of air, properties of air. We have learnt about water and the water cycle. We have learnt about day-to-day changes in air and water conditions, which are known as weather, and we have learned about seasons. Thank you so much.